Hello and welcome. This is me, Mr. Root, and hello from the beautiful island of Malta. It's end of November, but it's still warm, and I just came back from a walk with my wife and my dog, and I have a brand new video for you. This time I'm gonna show you 5 plugins that I came across. Some of them are new, some of them I've been using for a while. Some of them can be used in mastering, some of them can be used in mix. And I'm gonna show you them in a context with a track I'm recently on, and context of a track that I'm actually working on right now. So remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel. There will be more videos like this, more tutorials, more tests. So stay tuned, but now let's get to it. Check out these plugins.
It's not a problem that I can't fix, because I can do it in the mix.
Okay, so first of all, I think you noticed something that my voice sounds a little bit better, because some of my friends told me like, oh, I like your tutorials, but your voice sounds not too good, because I was using actually a microphone built into my laptop. And I know it's rubbish, but well, I'm a kind of new into vlogging, so bear with me. Right now, I just connected my biodynamic vocal microphone that actually belongs to my wife, and I'm using that one. Anyway, so let's get to it. And first of all, this is the track. It's for a client here in Malta, and it sounds like this. Okay, so that's the track. It's still not finished. The vocals are coming. Anyway, I wanted to show you few plugins in the context of this song. First of all, it's a new filter. It is called Fat Filter from SoundSpot, and actually it's free. And I always I've been using always the standard Cubase filter like this, but there are some issues with this. So let me show you in case of the bass line that sounds like this. Okay, so check this out. The problem with the the problem with the Cubase filter is that it's filtering the lowest frequency. So for example, you can see it here when I disable it. You have loads of information here, but when I switch it on, it cuts the low end. It's the nature of this plugin, of this filter. So every time if I'm automating it, I also have to automate the switch on and switch off option. This one, the fat filter, is way better, because actually it doesn't do that. So look at this, it's switched off and switched on. So as you can see here, there is no change whatsoever. And now, how it sounds? Well, let's compare it to the Cubase standard filter. Let's say I already sort of like tuned those two to sound pretty similar. So look at the filter here from Cubase. And now the filter, the fat filter, It's the same with high pass and low pass. It's also it's very good, way better than the standard Cubase filter, and also what's great, it has bigger resonance. Like if you can see, resonance range. So for example, this is the maximum resonance range for the Cubase plug in the Cubase filter. Okay, and this is how it's, well, let's go extreme and let's check out the fat filter. So you can absolutely hear that it is massive. So actually, it's very good and it's free. So I recommend the fat filter from SoundSpot, and this is what I'm gonna use from now on, in most cases. Okay, the next plugin is MSED or MSED from Voxengo. It's free as well. What it does, it separates. It's a mid and side plugin. Actually, it's very useful for many things. But first things, let's look how it works. This is just mid and side. So you have here the volume for the mid information and volume to the side information. Of course, you can change the channels or change the polarization. So it's up to you what you want to do. However, what is very interesting is that you can mute those two. So for example, this is the piano for this track. And for example, I'm muting the side information. Okay. And I'm muting the mid information. So why it's good? Because sometimes you have, especially all those already processed presets or sounds, especially from Nexus, they sound really wide and nice. However, when you are listening to the track in mono, then automatically it starts to disappear. So sometimes it's good to control those mid and side information with this. It's free and it's very good. Some people also, I heard, are using it just for if they don't have mid and side compressors. So what they do, they just sending just mid information to one channel, then the side information to another channel from the whole track, and then they are processing these two channels separately with EQ and compression, and then they just sum everything on the master bus. So this is very good, especially when you are listening and to the whole mix. It also makes a lot of sense. So you can really control what's going on with your mid or side information. Okay, the next plugin is it's called Track Spacer from Waves Factory. Actually, it's not Waves, the plugins, the famous plugins for Waves. No, it's a small boutique company that is doing few plugins, and this is one of them. And it's sort of like a sidechain compression dynamic EQ. Well, what it does, let me show you. And I still have my piano, but this piano was sidechained originally with standard Cubase compressor. So you can hear. You can hear absolutely that we have a pumping effect. So this is what I've been looking for or wanting. But however, this Waves Factory truck spacers does it a little bit differently. Look what's happening. Okay, what it does, it is a sidechain dynamic EQ. So it receives information from kick drum for in this case. However, it ducks only the frequencies that are used by the kick drum. So the rest of the frequencies, the higher frequencies with the information, melodic information from the piano, actually are not touched. So we don't have this pumping effect, because compressor is actually reducing volume completely in the whole spectrum. However, this one is ducking or lowering the volume only in this frequency range. What we can do, it's we have here low cut and high cut. So for example, let's listen to it and in the context. So as you can see, I'm increasing the high cut. So and now higher and higher frequencies are affected by this plugin. So let's go really extreme and with 100% amount and do the same. So as you can see, this dynamic EQ is reacting exactly to the frequencies that are the loudest in a kick drum. But if we'll go reasonable with this, like I did before, so and let's say kick drum here, so we still have the clarity. We gaining the clarity. We're gaining the space for the piano, and it does not affect or does not fight for the place in the mix with the kick drum. However, it's still hearable, and then you don't have the pumping effect. Here you have, of course, the standard attack release. So I just try to be as similar here and here. So this is really nice plugin. It costs around €30, and it's very good. So if you are looking for something like this, I absolutely recommend it. So truck spacer from Waves Factory. Okay, the next one is Dynon from Lipwing. I know it sounds a little bit like a yogurt company, but it's a brand new multiband compressor. I did some tests. Actually, I found it. It was advertised by another great YouTube channel, Produced Like a Pro, that I watch all the time, and some other YouTubers. So they most possibly explained that a little bit better than I'm gonna explain to you. However, I wanted to show it in the context in comparison to Cubase standard multiband compressor. So let's hear the whole mix without multiband compression. Okay, and now let's listen to the Cubase standard multiband. On and off. Okay, and now listen to the Dynon from Lipwing. First off and then on. it's more transparent. It's actually very transparent. It's really really good. You can I try to recreate the same settings here and keep the same volume level in both of them. So as you can see, here is minus almost 1 dB. Here I had to increase a little bit. So anyway, yeah, and I wanted to like have the same sort of sonic structure and volume in different ranges. So this is actually 5-band multi-band. This is 4-band. However, in this area and this area, the settings are the same. So here I recreated the same ratio, threshold, attack. Multiband compressor from Steinberg. It's 100 milliseconds. This can go way up if you want. However, all these great presets are actually plug and play. So whatever you just you can have it on drums, you can have it on the master bus. It is really really good, and everything what you have to do is just like let's say for mastering, you just load one of the presets and then work a little bit on the bands. Well, actually, the one thing I didn't know, and I had to write to Lipwing, was how to solo those bands. For example, here in Steinberg Cubase standard multiband, you just press this icon. Okay, here you have to press the shift and then click on it, and then you can see these little headphones, and then you can solo or mute. You can even mute few of them, while this one it's either this range or this range. So this is really 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 good. So unfortunately it costs around €200, but sometimes they have the Black Friday is already over, but maybe they will have some discounts soon. Still, I really really recommend it. I also compared it to the FabFilter MB Pro, but this is it doesn't give any special character. The other ones are just having this sort of character, more pumping, more. This is so transparent. It just does the job. So I really really recommend. So Lipwing, a Dynon from Lipwing Multiband Compressor, great stuff. And the last but not least, it's a Magic Master from Rob Papen. You know, Rob Papen, the guy that is doing great, not just great music, but most of all, great virtual synthesizers. But I didn't know that he started to do also effects plugins, and this is his latest product. And well, it's a kind of exciter, mid and side dynamic processor. It's hard to tell. It does magic, because for some strange reason you can have a lot of sort of like sparkling space in the higher frequency range, but also it has this sort of like mono fire thing, so you just can mono the low frequencies that are actually, kick drum, low bass has to be really mono. So you can use this knob and actually monofy them. So it is really really good. So actually it does the job. But look at this. Look what's happening. I have on my master bus. It's a still rough mix, so don't worry about it. So it just I have my limiter and I just have my multiband compressor I showed you before. So anyway, listen to it. It's gonna be loud. So listen to this without the Rob Papen Magic Master and with. Okay, it gives this sort of like loads of these harmonics in the higher range, but on the same time, it's just like sort of like cleaning it. So I don't know what it does, but well, technically, but it is really, really, really good. The one thing I was not sure because Rob Papen suggests to put it after limiter, and because we are friends on Facebook, and I had a long conversation with Rob, asking him why because it has kind of brick wall limiter built in. So if your signal is if you just disable the limiter and you have Master Magic as the last plugin in your master chain, and then you really pump your instruments, and they don't go over the 0 dB. So, and I said, so maybe it should be before limiter, and why? And he explained to me that okay, because of the nature of programming and algorithms, if that would not have the sort of like limiter built in, then it might crash and then it might have some problems. So that is why you should place this after the last the last limiter. So some people can agree, some people can disagree. I don't know. Actually, it is working. It is really, really good. So you have plenty of presets, but actually, if you just use this one, this knob, and gradually go up with this one, it will really sparkle your mix. It will really make some a difference. So again, this is very, very good. I guess I don't remember how much it costs, but I guess it's something around again €30. So it's not that much. And well, another plugin that I strongly recommend. Okay, these are the plugins I wanted to show you, and I hope you like it. Remember to subscribe. There will be more videos from me and more tutorials and more tests. So stick around. See you again. Bye.